and welcome back to part 3 of our Purls of Wisdom how-to video series. I'm starting off by showing you a couple of finished works by some participants in our Purls of Wisdom group. So we've got two lovely works here. The first one is this blanket. So as you can see, instead of rows of knitting or crochet, what the group here has done is they've knitted a square or crocheted a square for each couple of years, and they've shown the temperature of those years in this case by using colour. So if you start in the bottom left corner and zigzag your way up, you will move from colder years to warmer years at the very top. And then on this scarf here, which is very nicely draped across this tree, you start off in the cooler temperatures there and you weave your way forward to the warmer temperatures here. So what we need to do with our data is split it up into colours basically. So I'll show you how this was done for the climate blanket. So if we first have a look here, you can see how it's been split up into years, where each square is actually 2 years, and it weaves backwards and forwards like this, ending in 2018. And this is the key to the blanket here. So each colour actually represents 0.25 degrees, and it starts off at the coldest temperature of negative 0.25 degrees. So it's 0.25 degrees colder than the long-term average. And then the warmest up here is 1.5 degrees above the long-term average. So that's much warmer. So they've got this deep pinky colour here. And each colour, therefore, is 0.25 degrees, and it works its way down from 1.5, which is great. So then, if we go back to our data, which is down here, we now need to think about our warmest and coldest temperatures and how many temperatures, or how many colours even, we have to work with. So what I'm going to do is I am going to create a new column for colour. And over here, I'm just going to put things out so that we can see what we're working with. I'm going to think about the number of colours I have available. And I went through my yarn stash and I think I have 5 balls of wool available. So I'm going to bear in mind that I can split up my differences into 5. So I now need to think about the smallest value and the largest value. So I've been through this data and I think that the smallest value is actually minus 1.6. And then if we have a look at the data again and see what the largest number is, I think we're going to be looking at about 0.9. So my colours that I have are dark blue, light blue, a cream, a yellow, and a red. So I now need to split up these values into 5 different ranges: a range for the dark blue, a range for the light blue, a range for the cream, a range for the yellow, and a range for the red. So what I'm going to do is, I think, because we've got the difference between minus 1.6 and 0.9 is just short of 20, somewhere between 15 and 20. So I'll split this up, I think, into values of 5, or 0.5, sorry. So we'll start off at minus 1.6 and we'll go between minus 1.6 and minus 1.1. Now what that's done there is it's done a calculation which is not ideal. So we need to just format these cells. Oopsie, there we go. So if we right click on that and then go down to format, and then if we go to text, then it, instead of treating the numbers that you're inputted as numbers and doing calculations and stuff, Excel will now treat these values like they are just letters, and it won't do anything with them. So if we just go back and input that again, we've got minus 1.6 to minus 1.1, and it's not done anything, which is great. So now for the light blue, we'll have minus 1.09 because we can't have the same cell or the same value, sorry, in two different colors. We can only have it in one. So we'll have minus 1.9 to minus 0.6. Then for cream, we can have minus 0.59 through to minus 0.1. Yep. And then minus 0.09 through to 4. And then 4 through to, not 4, 0.4, 0.4 through to 0.9. I'll just go back and change that in that cell as well. Okay, so that's how we can split up those colours, and that should all work out perfectly for us. So now what we need to do is we need to look at these values and see where they fit in our little range of colour here. So our first year, 1942, has a value of minus 0.69. So that falls into the light blue colour range. And then our next year along is minus 0.11. So that one will be cream. Minus 0.4 is also cream. And then 0.3 is actually going to be yellow. So we can see that the colour varies very much with what we have in these values here. I'll let you fill in all of your values at home, but once you have these colours worked out, you can use this to create whatever you fancy. So as we saw in the past two examples that I showed you, we've had blankets made, we've had scarves made, we've had some lovely hats made. You can make whatever you want, be it a tea cozy or a jumper. Creativity is up to you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you come up with. And I'll see you in the next Purls of Wisdom video.